here we are, back to the Blue Collar Podcast. Co-host, Dave Newton. And this week, which trades has the biggest crackheads? Which trades has the most crackheads, I mean? That's an important thing.
I'll list off a couple. But
before we do...
there's no innocent trade here. There's no innocent trade, all right? I just want to establish that. But who has a higher volume, I think is...
Well, we can't say it yet, because we got to do our blue collar breakdown on the fuckery that people do in the trades.
Yeah.
So, this one that we're going to do is, it's like a Picasso. There's a lot going on here. There's about 7 ladders involved. And,
yes.
A lot going on. I don't know if it's like versatile, because, I mean, you got 7 points of escalation, you know? You can get higher. You can,
Oh, I didn't realize. That's an extension ladder, horizontal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that a piece of drywall to hold up the blue one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The drywall, and look at the edges there. Like, that is...
I think the legs of the ladder aren't even on the... yeah, alright.
Not going on there.
I want to know how high that goes.
I think that belongs in an argument.
I think it goes higher, because I think that's like a second floor. It goes like probably another 8 feet higher. So I want to see, what do they contract after this to go to the next level?
Yeah.
Oof.
Like,
that's pretty cool.
And there's a
I'm
lot
not
of
saying
work
these
there.
guys have the most crackheads, but there's a high volume of them that do what I think those guys are doing. And this shouldn't surprise me. And they typically turn up to work at like 2 in the afternoon, and then like midnight they're still there. Just doing whatever trade it is, mudding and taping, but like they're still there. So
just loved it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Here's the next one. We got our video. This is from your home country, Aussie land. Working smarter, not harder. I like this. I like the teamwork. I love.
You know what? There's a physical aspect to that.
Yeah.
Like you gotta hold the plank. Really, like,
And
like he's training. Like he's
yeah. And I like it's you doing a really good job.
look at that. Like it's not just one guy training doing the plank. The other two have still got to keep him up.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
3 guys. You know what? Those fucking
He's
Aussies.
like
Those
200
Aussies have really got the ingenuity.
Oh,
Like, you know, I'm
down.
just. Wow. I think that's about as good as you could do that job, short of a machine
Well,
going.
you know, they're doing a pretty good job there. I hate saying it.
Look, I watched guys pour curbs the other day
Yeah.
at around our site, and they did not do this, and they're still fucking pouring curbs.
Really?
So, yeah, you know what? These guys are onto something, man. Like this is attaboy. There we go. There we go.
is that one of your mates there? Would you call him a mate?
Fuck, I'd have a cold beer waiting for him at the other end of that. Like, I think he earned it. He does some solid work, you know? Good job, boys. Yeah. Man, I can't call that dog fucking.
I can't know.
That's not dog fucking.
And it's no.
That
it's
looks
smart.
harder than what it probably normally is. That's not smart. There can be a debate on that. But
Where? I think it's pretty smart. Where's it done? Where's the dumbness? 3 of them did something, in 30 seconds?
yeah,
they
it
get
probably
stop
takes
points as
30
well?
seconds to do it the right way. I gotta see how they do it normally.
Well, I thought you just watched curbs getting poured.
Yeah, but they weren't fucking good tradesmen like
sounds
those guys
like-
down there. They were like fucking, they did it all out of a machine. The machine did the whole thing. Like,
And how does it look?
basically cheated. Like, you know, they're not craftsmen like these guys down there, obviously.
my God.
They're, you know, I guess they just don't have the required skill here to do such a task.
Is that why you're up here now? You're bringing all that Aussie idiot
Look, I'm not saying,
ingenuity.
see, when I got here, you had a good government in, and you guys were moving forward, and then, you know, you guys got hold of it again and voted the new guy in. And
Who's that?
Trudeau, the guy you voted for.
Fuck off.
So, you know, you guys took a big step back in that, but when I first got here, it was a real, like, you know, I was like jumping 10 years into the future, you know, and then you guys kind of didn't like that, too progressive, and you took a step back, and here we are.
All right.
Yeah.
So, here we are. We're talking about the biggest crackheads in the trades. Now, this is an important thing because, you know, first off, if you're watching and you're a crackhead, you know where to put your time. And then if you don't do crack, you know where not to go. So, I got my picks. I'm sure you got your picks. First of all, to describe a crackhead, usually they got the messed up teeth, bad teeth.
Yeah, you can, there's a look. There's a look.
They're not always bad guys, man. I knew guys that were
Some of them are nice guys.
super nice.
Yeah.
And then some of them are sketchy as hell.
Yeah.
They're not pleasant. But
yeah, some of them are
scabs.
yeah,
They're scabs.
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
good. But so I'm gonna start with my first pick. I'm gonna say roofers. Roofers. I'm gonna go with the roofer. Is see a lot of scallywags in that one. You know, if you're a roofer, you know who you are.
And if you're not a crackhead roofer, like basically a unicorn, your
like
buddies, the guys you're up there with are. So I've seen some of those guys, man. They'd be on like a roof that's pretty steep, and they'd be just sitting like in a valley, and his legs just dangling off the side, not tied off, and I'm just like,
just smoking crack.
that's not impressive. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't know what
they
to
do.
call
They
it.
do that like childish stuff, and they're adults. You know, you're just like this isn't cool. Like I don't like what you're doing. Like it's not. You're not getting style points for this.
Yeah.
Unless you're like doing a handstand and you
I
just
found that there's two types of roofers, and I'm seeing less crackheads roofers now that we're doing bigger jobs that are like more the flat variety. So they're, they're rolling.
that one guy.
I'm not saying they're not crackheads. I'm just saying
they look a little.
Oh no, the ones that do the shingles. I found the ones that do the shingles are the bigger crackheads. Some of those roofers, man, are legit clean guys too, and they get shit done. But
Yeah.
the ones that
It's a
are
hard job, man.
oh fuck yeah.
Like you need extra boost.
Let's just fucking clear the air here. Shinglers most often are not carrying those bags up a ladder anymore. It is trucked up there. So I just want to clear the air. There's anyone saying they're fucking busting their ass going up ladders. Yes, they might do a couple of bags of shingles up those ladders, but no, it is fucking delivered by a truck.
Have you done a roof before? Have you done a roof before?
Like a shingled roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a very time. Actually, you
It's
can edit
like
it into
harvest.
this. My first shingle roof I had to do. I was not very good at it. It was a blizzard. It was my first time. It was horrible. It was horrible. I wish I didn't do it.
Man,
It's hard work actually.
Like,
you gotta shake them
Well,
off.
an actual shingler would have finished that roof in probably a half day.
Right.
I took 3 days.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Know what your problem was?
I didn't know what I was doing.
No, you didn't have enough crack.
I had no crack. I had no crack.
If you were on that
Yeah.
shit, maybe a day tops. I mean, I think that's what you got to really look at there, Dave. The next time you do a roof is to consider smoking some of that shit.
Yeah.
Just getting it done. I mean, you might lose a tooth, but I'm sure you won't lose a tooth if you still lose a little bit.
Yeah, I found for me the trade with them, I think that has the most crackheads is drywall.
Oh, drywall.
Drywall. They
Man.
keep weird hours.
Weird.
And
And they always have bad teeth.
fucking crackheads, man, like they're
They-
absolute. I think
It's
because
the
I found the
hours.
roofer, the guys that do the flat roof, they kind of got their shit a little bit better together. I'm not saying that they're totally innocent, but they're less cracky. But than the ones that do the shingles, just from my experience. But drywallers, mudders, not all mudders and tapers. Some of them are just older guys that just enjoy doing it.
Right.
But for the most part, like anything around the drywall.
I would agree. I had my house done once, and weird hours. They go from 7 till 4. Weird hours.
Like PM to AM.
Yeah, 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. And you're just like, it's just not a normal thing to do.
Oh yeah, I've gone past my job sites at like midnight before, and the lights were on, and I could see them in there like a Friday night. What in the hell are you doing in there?
Just smoking.
But then I've heard of people actually catching them with crack in there, like smoking, like
Yeah.
superintendents that have caught them in there. And so,
Do they finish a job like for on your end? Like they did a good job for me. They might
yeah, I
have
guess I think so.
right? Like do you have any bad memories of that?
No, not really.
I
Not
just-
really. Like the only real drywallers I ever deal with are the owner of the companies, and some are fine, some are total. You know. Actually, the owners they're very being a framer. We get attacked by them the most. Like
Yeah.
that's probably the trade that comes after us the most.
Oh, because
Oh,
of
but they
the-
got fucking 2 inches of poly, not 4 inches of poly, fucking
Oh,
carrying on like
yeah.
that shit. It's like, fuck off. Fucking idiot. Like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, and they find the petty shit to fight about, like with you about, and like if they do like you see like an inside join, if that thing's got any waviness in it, oh, your fucking studs are shit. You didn't fucking learn. It's like, oh fuck, mate, your mudder doesn't know how to do it. And I know this now because I tried mudding and taping, and all these fucking shitty mistakes I see are the mistakes I made when I did it. And that's how I know it's a fucking mud and not the
Right.
Yeah, like
because it's kind of an art to it, isn't it?
Oh, to be good at it, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I would say
I watch some of those guys, the non-crack ones, like just the veterans at it. Like, you know, you'll see like a guy from South America or something, just an old guy that just likes doing that kind of work, right? And they just, fuck, man, it's actually pretty cool to watch. Like the ones that are good at it, and they just, yeah, man, it's pretty slick. Like, I couldn't do it myself. I could probably smoke crack. Well, you know, but you know, I don't hate doing it. It's kind of.
Yeah, I guess it might be like methodical.
To do a small job, but I couldn't do it as a career. No.
And then you're always covered in that dust. God.
See the sandings where I draw the line.
Yeah. The another industry where I've seen a lot of them is the oil patch. Not a lot of them. Like there is some, and my experience with majority of them is they are workhorses. They're absolute workhorses. It's just when they get that paycheck, they're gone. Like disappeared. It's a Houdini act. The paycheck, and then 4 days later they're bumming smokes. I remember this one guy, he was I don't remember his name. But man, you never seen a guy work so hard. Like he'd be just making these giant valleys so we would have the mud flow back into the pit. He would do it all by hand. He spent 12 hours doing it with his crooked, cracky teeth. He's just an awesome guy. Jesse, that was his name. Just an awesome dude. Until, like, he would just disappear for 4 days. 4 days.
Yeah.
And then nothing. Like, not a penny to his name. Bumming smokes. Always asking me for money. It's just like, buddy, you got paid 4 days ago. Yeah. What are you doing?
How much, like, I don't know the price of crack, but how much does it cost for someone to, like if you got to check, like say it's every 2 weeks or something, say it's bi-weekly pay or something, what are you at? Like working out in the rigs, you're what, $5,000 somewhere?
Every close? 2 weeks it'd be around $5,000.
Yeah, let's just see.
So how in 4 days, like I guess it must be expensive. Like how do you smoke that much of it? Well, maybe he's got other bills he's got to pay, right? Maybe the ex-wife that left him because of it.
I think they go and they give away a lot of money. I think they get so hopped up on everything. They buy it for everyone to hang out with.
They go down to buddies on the corner and they just like,
I think they just,
you get some crack and you get some crack.
Yeah, you get a pack of smokes, you get a pack. It's all on me.
And then the next time they're supposed to do the same.
I don't know if that happens, but I think that's what he said. There's just a lot of guys that got 4 packets of smokes off them. But yeah, so the patch. But what other trades? Like what other trades is?
I found framers like. Substance abuse framers are typically alcoholics.
Yeah.
And cokeheads.
Same in the patch. That's a major thing is the liquor and the blow. Yeah. It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic combination that the boys just.
The alcohol's a big one. Like a lot of framers drink, man. They fucking drink.
Yeah. The thing, what I think is the difference between being an alcoholic, being cokehead. If you get labeled a crackhead,
it's on you, man.
You can't get it off.
It's a tattoo. You're fucking done.
You ain't washing it off. Yeah, it's for life.
Fucking, you can't cover it. You don't. You gotta get new teeth and just stop everything.
You have to leave the country.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah.
Like, you're just not getting out of that. Yeah. It's a label for life. So like for any kid watching.
But it's like almost like even if you go to a different city, you start afresh. It's like that name branded on you, and everyone.
Oh yeah, they can smell it on you. Yeah, you literally have to go to a different country.
Yeah.
Where they don't speak the language and they don't know the smell of your.
Dude, how the fuck you get that every once in a while, eh? I'm sure I've done it once or twice. The guys that come to work and you smell the liquor. And it's just like, buddy, you are not going up on that roof today. Oh, fine. It's like, you made sure that harness is tight.
God, I can't. Can you do it? Can you just be a hungover sack of shit at work? Like,
not anymore.
I never liked it.
Never hung out. I just kept drinking, stay drunk. I don't know. No, we'd fucking party till 3 or 4 in the morning, go to work for 7. Like,
No, I wonder.
there was some rough days like that, but then you go home, you do rinse, repeat.
I know.
Fuck. Some of those guys just keep rinse, repeating, and I don't know
Yeah,
how
they're in their 40s. Like,
Fuck.
You know what I wonder? Like, what about like the crab boats? Like those crazy jobs out in the middle of nowhere where you're doing like 18-hour shifts getting crabs into the boat. I wonder if those guys, like, there must be some, like, that's such like a stressful
I wonder if they
job.
just eat like a bunch of seafood when they're out there. I wonder if they literally just, the crabs come in, they're like, let's cook supper.
Please.
And they just boil up fucking, oh, of course they're fucking drinking the whole time.
Whoa.
Like, when we used to go fishing out in the ocean, like a beer, actually the bubbly beer would help ease your stomach if you had any uneasiness rocking around. Yeah, it actually helped.
Really?
Yeah, so
So,
being a sailor, being an alcoholic's not really, you know, they kind of
I
made
guess
for
if
each
you're,
other.
stumbling the other way, probably the
Maybe it
boat
straightens you out.
is gravity.
Makes sense.
Anti-gravity.
Yeah.
Alcohol gravity. What about any other trades that you can think of? Like
Rebar, guys that tie steel.
Oh,
Dude, I've watched those guys. I've watched those guys fucking swing like 25 mil rebar at each other, like going for the kill shot.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you fucking imagine?
man, that'd
He
be good
didn't
to
connect.
watch.
Like, it was like he took a swing at the one guy's head and the guy ducked it and then kind of tackled him onto like this big mat of rebar, like fucking like 10 layers of rebar.
That's a cutter, man. That cuts.
Oh, dude, those guys look like fucking, they got cigarette burns all over their fucking bodies, man. They're methed out. They are absolute meth heads.
God. That's another one, too.
Like, fuck, man. But their hands, you don't know what's meth scars, and you don't know what's just reaching through rebar all day scars. Like, they just
Where was this? Where was this site?
the roof's going on right now.
No. No.
Yeah.
So just a bunch of loonies.
Oh yeah, man. Like the guy, usually the bosses of them, you know, simple guys, but usually pretty nice guys. I know a couple of guys there that kind of run their own crews, and they're super nice guys. Like they
Like two
maybe
nights.
not alcoholics and not, or maybe alcoholics.
Just
They're
normal.
not drug addicts or
Yeah,
anything.
there's
They
normal.
might be alcoholics, but they're not. Yeah, they're very normal to speak to. Look, you know, they present
Right,
well.
right.
But then their employees, it's just a revolving door of absolute fucking.
I wonder,
crackheads.
like, why is I wonder if like substance abuse is as prevalent in the white collar jobs. Like, is it across all boards, or is like the trades
White
really?
collar or the blue collar?
Well, no, like I know we got substance abuse in blue collars, but is it like across? Like I know salesmen.
I know white collar guys that just keep whiskey in their fucking drawers.
Yeah, I know the salesman. Like, salesman is a super high pressure job of liquor and cocaine, you know? So I kind of wonder, like, what job is clean? Like, I know the cooks aren't. The cooks aren't.
No, you don't become a cook because that was your first choice.
No, but I mean, they're all fucking, like, railing nothing good. I wonder, like, what trade where you become an innocent...
Elevator mechanic.
What do you think so?
Yeah,
Red
they're-
carpet guys.
They're nerds.
Or nerds. I get it. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a doctor, but I mean, I'm pretty sure doctors.
Maybe electrician. I don't know. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I don't know any.
Like Spencer's one, he doesn't do that shit.
Oh,
He's
oh,
clean.
God, no. Oh yeah.
He's a.
I
I
don't know any electrician actually. I fuck man, off the top of my head, I can't think of a single electrician I met that. You know, there's some odd guys that probably put their finger in the wrong sockets from here and there, and they seem a little odd, but they weren't drugged.
No.
Weird because of drugs. They just weird guys, but.
I'm just trying to think because I know liquor.
I don't know a single electrician actually that I can sit there and honestly say
You have a problem.
any substance. I mean alcohol or drugs, nothing. I cannot think of one. I'm sure they're out there, but
Yeah.
I think the Nod needs to go to an electrician.
To the cleanest.
Fuck man, unless someone can say otherwise.
The electrician, really?
Well, it can't be the plumber. He's huffing glue all day.
No. So
So it's not him. It can't be him just by what he does.
Why he does? Yeah.
So it can't be him.
He's ripped
Even though
off.
I don't know too many crackhead plumbers, you know. But,
No.
but the electrician, he's really got to have his shit together. Like
Jesus.
like he can.
I don't know any electricians that are all fucked up either.
No.
I know some plumbers. I know pipe fitters, But like the pipefitters I knew are in the patch, and everyone in the patch drinks and does blow.
Yeah, not the electricians. Electricians don't.
Maybe they are like the golden goose. Maybe they're like the little pedestal of goodness in a realm of shit.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is making for bad podcasting because we're agreeing on it.
Well, I'm just trying to think of.
But I think they got to get the nod. I think it's.
Are they getting the nod?
I think so.
Well, I don't like. I'm gonna try to disagree with you. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think. Who else would be like? I'm thinking a doctor, but they're not in the trades.
Definitely not a mechanic.
No, they're liquor hounds.
Yeah.
Like truck drivers are not. They're burger. They're like all burger barons. They just eat smash burgers all day with their burger bellies.
I remember there was I heard of a trucking company back home actually that fucking when payday would come every 2 weeks, they'd be given their checks with a bag of ecstasy, so they could run long hours. I don't know if that still goes on. I'm sure it fucking does.
Oh yeah.
But very heavily regulated now. But back in those days, it was like back when I heard this, which was a long time.
They were doing crack too, just to like do those long crazy shit.
Fuck yeah! I bet they still are.
Oh yeah, 100%. Have you seen some?
But what I'm saying is, they get their paycheck with the ecstasy
to keep rolling. Yeah, like
yeah.
That's an efficient employer. That's how you get the job done. I mean, that's just giving a little extra pep in a man's step. You know, getting
it's all about the hours, right? But now there's, you go down the highway in Australia, and if you go from this camera to that camera too fast, they ding you for speeding. So it's very heavily regulated for the trucking. Well, they just add, like if it's 100, if just say the main highway is 100, and over a 2 hour span, it say that this camera and this camera are 200 kilometers apart, and you get there in like an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes.
You were trucking.
Yeah, when you're fucking trucking, then they're gonna be like, okay, this is your average speed. You fucking, here's your thanks for your license.
God.
You know what I mean? So but the truck drivers brought that on themselves, right? I remember my mom coming home shaking and crying one day because a guy fucking rode her ass like about a foot behind her. She was doing like 10 over the speed limit. This guy just came up behind her. He's honking and just right on her and just scared the fucking Jesus out of her. Like she thought she was gonna die. And I was like, oh fuck, when you love him, just why don't you do that to me?
Yeah, John there. Yeah, get him all riled up.
Oh yeah. Why do they always do it to people that can't defend themselves? Like, I don't know. Mrs. had a couple of people like that too.
Okay, so we definitely agree. Well, I guess roofers, drywallers, crab boat runners, truckers, they gotta be on crack.
But the only crab boat guys I know are the guys I see on TV, and they're obviously not gonna do it on TV.
No,
so,
you can just look.
Oh, you look at them.
Look at them like they're.
You don't get teeth like that eating crab.
No. Crab ain't that hard.
Crab doesn't do that to your teeth unless you're eating it raw. Like, you forget to take the shell off. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Chipping your teeth away, but.
How many have you employed? Have you
Oh fuck, man! I've had some characters.
I've
had some fucking characters.
Like who?
Fuck. There's one guy, he had a head injury, but I thought he was a crackhead. But he actually had a legit head injury. Well, I didn't know whether he's a drug addict or. But I found out, like, eventually I found out he'd been struck by a vehicle and he had a head injury because of it. But
you're not talking about Ian, right? he's still smarter than both of us put together.
No, there's one guy. He'd come to work with a pink hard hat on. And he owned it. Like, he'd be just like, yeah, no one's going to steal my hard hat. It's like, fuck, man. Blue, black, white. No one steals anyone's fucking hard hat. Like, I don't know what your problem is.
It's in your truck.
Yeah, he just I don't know if it's like an attention thing or because he was a little bit odd, off. Maybe he was like this before the injury. I don't know. But he'd walk up to you like he'd come to tell you something like Dave, and you just walk up to you and you'd be like woof up in your face like this. God. So after like one time of doing that, and you could feel his breath, it'd be like, and he had this gross fucking pubic hair looking beard too. Like he's gross.
Not full, like stringy.
Very stringy, but mostly full. But he'd just walk up to you. So you got to a point where you'd be like, stop. Put your hand out, like point and say stop, and then you take a step back. what do you need, buddy? You know what I mean? And then he'd be like fucking total mouth breather too. So, like, fuck.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I felt bad about that one, but, yeah.
No, I had this one crackhead on the rigs, and he, just your typical crackhead, just talking how he was the kingpin of Vancouver, how he was running the show, and he was making, $100,000 a week, and it's just like, oh yeah, and now you're a motorman on the rig, getting skidded because you're shitty at your job, like.
What happened?
Just smoke another bowl, buddy. So they're always such a strange stories you hear out of them. Just
you did make $100,000, or
like,
you could have made
did it go?
$100,000, but you
Like,
smoked it all.
like it's that so much to smoke.
Fuck.
I think it's like
I'd be so obsessed with that money that I'd never touch my product. If I can make $100,000 a week, I'd be
oh
like,
my God,
fucking
bury it.
beautiful.
I would just bury it in my
Fuck,
grandpa's
it'd be
farm.
On my bed, it'd be on my bed, my pillows, it'd be everywhere.
Yeah, just sleeping all that money.
Yeah,
That'd
fuck.
be nice. Man, let's say at $100,000, when you put it like in fives and just have it like an abundance of cash in your
I fucking did that as a kid. I was saving up for shit and to feel richer. I actually did that. I made, because 5 was the smallest note we had, right? But I remember I saved up for a surfboard. And every time mom and dad had come home from work or whatever, I'd be like, hey mom, can I swap your 2 5s for a 10? Like I got a 10. And I just, why? Why do you want this? So when I went in there, I couldn't fit, like, it'd be like a fucking stack. I'd be like, I think it was like $700 in $5 notes. And then I paid for it. I just, oh yeah.
You're such a fucking oh my God, that is epic. Well, crackheads will
I
never
did
have
that
that.
once. Fucking, by the time you count it out, then you lose count and you gotta start again. It was.
Have you ever seen $100,000
Oh, this cash?
cash?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not that much. Like when you look at it.
No, when
It's
you
not that
go to
impressive.
Vegas, actually, when you go to Vegas, they got $1 million in cash under a bulletproof glass
It's not impressive, is it?
case. I thought there should be
Right?
more. It was all in hundreds, so it was
Yeah.
like a
But you think about it, you're just like, man, like this shit, like I think of the briefcase.
yeah, but briefcases are like $5 million.
I know.
Yeah.
But they say it's $100,000 in the briefcase, but it's really just like
Well, $100,000 just means it's like 3 high, but
Yeah.
each row, like it's just
it's
like
not a lot.
it's like
not
kind
a
of
lot.
disappointing.
It is disappointing. Silly.
Like I had what was it? I had like $30,000 cash once. I did a cash job.
Yeah.
I won't do that again. That was fucking maybe it's more than that.
You're buying a whole bunch of things.
Fucking stupid.
Buying
But I didn't know
new-
where to put it. I didn't know where to hide it, and you just fucking stupid shit.
How big was that cash like pile? Like was it on 20s or 100s?
Like, fuck, it's a mix of everything. But
So it was just a little.
But
You feel
fuck,
it's a
I don't
lot of
know.
paper.
There's a lot of 20s in there, so it was actually it was a little. It was still fuck stupid.
You know, like if you ever want
And
to.
every week you gotta go into the bank, put $8,000 into the bank, and tell them, oh, this is the second week you put $8,000. Oh, yeah, good casino times, yeah.
Casino times of. I've been selling crack, to be honest. Business is good. Yeah, that's an interesting business. Like, could you imagine getting in that business? Like, because there's different types of drug dealers, right? I wonder what. Like, I never encountered the crackhead drug dealer because I just like gross, right? Yeah. You dealt with a weed guy,
You know the guy I've seen mostly? Like, it's the guy, he's always wearing white shoes, shorts, push bike, and a backpack. And he's got sunglasses, and he's wearing his sunglasses. But I've watched him in the middle of the day selling on corners, like going to their people and wheeling and dealing. I'm like, how can this be that hard for the cops to pick these guys up? But I guess it's like, to them, it's like, okay, we get rid of that guy, there's another guy tomorrow. And then there's another guy tomorrow. But, like, could you not, is there not enough police that every time you see these guys, you just grab them, take their backpack, arrest them? Like, eventually, you run out of drug mules, no?
You would
Like, the
think.
crackheads on the street, they're,
You would
like,
think.
like, eventually,
there's
like,
only so many crackheads. Like, and there's only so many guys that can sell the product.
yeah.
Let's say in a city of 100,000, how many can be there? 100.
Yeah.
So how many dealers can there be? Like 10. So you get rid of 10. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure in Kelowna, the summer probably works best for a lot of them dealers, right? Like people coming in from out of town with partying. Like this is a bit of, this is a bit of a destination spot, right? Like
It really is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like, it's still.
I know. We had a couple of employees that were out here for a summer. We had to send them away because they just dummy dust got a little bit too.
You couldn't handle it.
Just having too much fun.
It seems like
well,
a
to the
fun
point where the
place.
dealers, they weren't paying the dealers, and the dealers were showing up to their house waiting for them, and it was just
exciting.
like, yeah. Well,
I mean, could you imagine? Like, that's a problem too. Like, how do you even get into that situation? How do you lose control of the situation to that bad? Like, that means you're owned. Oof.
when they're coming, they're waiting in the parking lot out front of your house for you to come home from work because you haven't paid for your last couple
God.
rounds or whatever it is. Like, you're not.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you're not in an enviable
Yeah,
position.
you gotta go home.
Yeah,
You Kelowna's not good enough for you.
Yeah.
Kelowna's too good for you. Yeah,
You leave on your own, or I tell your parents and they can come pick you up.
Yeah, you didn't make the cut. Not responsible enough. You're going
you
home.
gotta go. There's one kid he left. He fucking left a Mickey of vodka in his tool belt. Yeah, you know
But
those kids are fucking yeah.
We had a guy.
His actually dad was a CS like a senior president of a very big company in Canada here that I won't see on camera. But his dad, like his parents were wealthy people, like
The dummy dust guy.
oh yeah, and he was mama's special little angel, like do no wrong. And I had supper with these parents here the one night.
God.
And it was just like just watching his mom, like he's a big suck for mom, like most guys are,
Yeah.
right? But she could only see pure innocence in him. I'm like, you don't even know your own child.
God.
I'm sure the dad did, but oh yeah, her son was a rascal.
Jesus.
Like, fuck, he just partied every night.
I don't know. I could.
He just fucking just reeked of liquor every day, and now I know why, because he'd have a fucking Mickey that I.
God. On the patch, we had a lot of guys that, not a lot, but it was the occasional frickin' liquor hound that just could not exist without it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, man, you got it. This is next level.
Man, to watch like real alcoholics do their thing is fucking wild. I remember I was camping at a spot in Alberta there, and it was like a golf course on a camping ground sort of thing.
What's it called?
And I got up, it's called Older Flats. I forgot what the golf course is.
Older Flats, okay.
Yeah, it's near Buck Lake there.
All
So
right.
we were camping there and it's like a pretty popular destination for family groups to come and have family events, and that's what we did with my wife's family. And anyways, there was another camp site with another family of people from wherever, and I got up. Didn't tie one too hard the night before, so I got up pretty early, like 6 a.m. or whatever, to walk the dog and go to the bathroom. Rather than using your trailer, you got amenities there, so
Yeah, do your thing.
you don't have to, use the Sani and shit. But the this guy, he's up too. This other guy, he gets up and he's with his dog, and my dog and his dog are playing, like they're getting along. It's 6 a.m., but we're trying to keep the dogs from barking, right? Because other people are sleeping, and so it's like dogs are playing around. He's yelling at his dog, like, stop. I'm like, hey man, we gotta keep this down. Everyone's sleeping. There's people in tents and stuff, like trailers. You don't care too much about, but tents. And then he pulls out this fucking Mickey of spiced rum, Captain Morgan's. And I look at him, are you fucking kidding me? No way. And he goes, takes a drink. All right. Wow, all right, I guess 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 6 a.m. He puts it back in his fucking pocket, and then he just gets, a teeny little bit more belligerent. And then the dogs start wrestling a bit more, and he's yelling at his dog again, and I'm like, oh man, this is uncomfortable now. Then he gets his bottle out again. Glug, 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 glug.
Oh my.
Fuck, man. Within 15 minutes, that fucking Mickey was gone. And now he's fucking pissed drunk. He's fucking pissed drunk. And now he's tongue blood around. And now people are waking up and they're all mad. Right? Because this fucking drunk guy. And I'm like, I'm taking my dog and getting out of here. And now this guy's fucking just hammered drunk. But my brother-in-law, he got up and to see what the noise was. So he come over. Hey, what are you guys up to? And then he watching the guy drink. I'm like, fuck, bud, we got to get out of here.
I just wonder, like,
Just
how
straight.
I could never do that. Like, my body wouldn't allow it.
No.
Like, I actually just implode. Like, my body shuts down from liquor. Like, I can't be. I wish I could be an alcoholic. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. Like, on the third day, remember Montana? The third day, it hurt.
Yeah.
And then the fourth day, we were all dead except for Neil.
Just
Neil's the only one with it.
They just wanted to go home.
He's the only one who doesn't get hungover. It's his superpower.
Yeah, he wakes up at 7 a.m., makes breakfast with a Budweiser in his hand.
He's incredible. And then he can turn it off and then turn it on.
Yeah.
He's got a gift.
He's riding turbo on nothing at all.
It's amazing.
He's nothing or fucking...
It's a gift. It's a gift. Well, what you got anything else to add on this one?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think we got it all.
Got it all.
I think we covered the podcast for another day.
That's another blue collar podcast.
There you
Get
go.
it?
Yeah.